Every fundraiser knows this truth deep down, even if it's never said out loud. Fundraising isn't just about numbers, pitches, or term sheets. It's raw power wrapped in suits and smiles. It's a battlefield where every conversation, every handshake, every glance carries the weight of who controls the future, who shapes the story, who writes the rules. And yes, it messes with your head. It messes with your heart. You've felt it. That squeeze in your chest before a meeting, the weight of every no knocking you down like a wave. You know how cold the room can get when you're convincing others to believe in your vision, your stubborn dream. It's brutal because it's personal. Your idea isn't just a product or a plan, it's your future, it's your soul. And yet, you sit there wondering if it's all just a twisted power game, if the system is rigged, if that investor isn't just waiting to break you. This feeling, that invisible pressure, is real. It's designed to break you, to remind you that you don't belong, that you're just another player on someone else's board. Fundraising wears a mask of professionalism, but underneath, it's raw survival, it's who holds the cards and who folds. And that's terrifying, because power isn't just about money, it's about control, influence, and sometimes kindness withheld. At the same time, power can be the only thing that gets you across the finish line. But here's the brutal truth people won't tell you. Power is real, but it's not fixed. It's not handed down like a trophy to the lucky, the rich, or the right people. It's earned, fought for, and sometimes completely redefined. And anyone who's felt beaten by this process knows exactly what that means. It means digging so deep you find fire where you thought there was only ash. So if fundraising feels like a power game, that's because it is. But it's the kind of power that's up for grabs, not fixed or forever owned by a select few. The real secret is this: power isn't about overpowering others. Power is about knowing what you bring to the table that no one else can. It's about embracing your weirdness, your stubborn refusal to fit the mold. It's about showing up with such clarity and conviction that you pull people into your orbit, not because you demand it, but because you inspire it. Here's what most miss. Fundraising is emotional first. It's about connection, about trust, about breaking down the barriers that feel like walls at first glance. Investors look beyond spreadsheets when you make them feel something: hope, possibility, the hunger to be part of something that breaks the rules. But they also smell fear, desperation, and uncertainty from miles away. So playing the power game means mastering yourself first. That means becoming comfortable with the uncomfortable, leaning so hard into rejection, so hard into failure, that it no longer controls your breath. Because power comes from command over yourself, not the other. The more you master your own fear, your own story, your own narrative, the less the game can take from you. And here's the most cutting-edge tip that no one tells you because it's uncomfortable and unpopular. Sometimes the real power move in fundraising is to say no. To walk away when the offer stinks, when the terms kill the soul, when the investor only sees you as a dollar sign and nothing more. Power is having the courage to burn bridges that suffocate. It's the raw rebellion against the system that wants you small, safe, and compliant. You might be thinking, I can't afford to walk away. But that's the exact line the system wants you to believe. Here's what happens when you step away from the power trap. You create space. Space to find the few people who burn as fiercely as you do. Space to build links where there once were walls. That space is magnetic. It draws in the right allies, investors who are visionary enough to see you not as a risk, but as a revolution. They're rare, but they exist. And they resonate with those who refuse to sell out, because real fundraising power doesn't come from the center of the game. It comes from the edges, from those not afraid to be different, to challenge, to question. The people who don't beg for permission but take what they deserve, not with arrogance but with a fierce clarity. Those people know that real change happens not by fitting in, but by breaking out. And guess what? Investors are hungry for that. They want the wildfires, not the tame flames. If you feel like you're misaligned in this whole process, you're not failing. You're breaking the mold. This misalignment is your truth screaming to be heard. The system wasn't built for you. It was built to keep you inside lines, inside boxes, inside rules made by others who fear what you might become. That discomfort means you're ready to redefine the game, not just play by it. It's tempting to think fundraising is about selling a product or convincing a room, but in reality, it's about unleashing your sovereignty. It's about being so clear about your mission, your why, your vision, that no investor can help but lean in. That kind of power doesn't just attract capital, it inspires collaboration, loyalty, and a movement around your idea. When you tap into that, fundraising stops feeling like a battleground and starts feeling like a call to arms. The most powerful fundraisers don't measure success in money raised. They measure it in connection made, in how many lives and minds they move, in how many barriers they dismantle by simply insisting that their definition of reality deserves space. You want to know the secret to winning this power game? Stop viewing fundraising as a transactional battle. Start seeing it as a transformational act. Every no you hear is not a door slammed shut. It's a filter, a signpost guiding you toward the investors who will see your fire without hesitation. Don't shame yourself for rejection. Cherish it. Use it as fuel. Every founder who's disrupted markets and created legacies has sat where you sit, feeling small, feeling powerless, but then flipped the script by owning their inner power. The system might claim it rewards mediocrity, but inside that chaos is a revolution waiting for you to join. Power isn't about playing by their rules. It's about rewriting your own. It's about knowing that you don't need to conform to win. You need to own exactly who you are. Investors respect power, but not the kind that looks like control freaks or bullies. They respect power born from authenticity, from courage, from refusing to dim. Remember this: true power isn't about harnessing fear. It's about transforming it into fuel for relentless action. It's about patience, knowing that the long game always favors the ones who build not just momentum, but meaning. And that only happens when you're selective, aligning not with anyone who opens a checkbook, but with those rare few who burn as brightly as you do, who speak your language, who get your vision without compromise. Imagine what happens when you reject the noise, the superficial pitch tactics, the fake smiles, and instead move with fierce intention to find those exact allies. When the rare few come together, they don't just raise money, they change the game. They build networks that amplify essence, not just scale noise. They don't build platforms, they forge legacies. That's the rebellion recruiting you now. Not to follow, not to fit in, but to rise up and be sovereign. To question everything you think you know about the fundraising game and burn what doesn't serve you. To be patient when the world demands speed. To dare to become something no system can contain. You don't need to break yourself to succeed in fundraising. You need to break the mold, to stop playing the roles that suffocate brilliant, wild ideas. To reclaim your story and find those who will not just fund but fuel your fire. Power is waiting for you. But it's not waiting in their offices, on their terms. It's waiting in the edges, in the shadows you're afraid to enter, where the rare few gather and the future is remade. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop playing the power game? Or are you ready to become the power itself? Because those are your only two real choices. And if you dare to take the second path, watch how everything changes. Not just your fundraising, but your life, your mission, your impact. This isn't about chance. This is about choice. Choose power. Choose freedom. Choose to be one of the few who don't just survive the fundraising game, but rewrite it entirely.